Hello, everyone. Today I'm excited to share with you my personal ethical philosophy as it applies to sport management. I'm very happy to have had this as my first course as a part of my program here at the University of Kansas, as I believe it laid the groundwork for a successful time at KU and a successful career in the sport industry. Throughout my time in this course, I have come to deeply value three key components: fair play, effective leadership, and the addressing of violence in sport. Together, we will dive into these concepts. We will examine the concept of fair play and its significance in maintaining the integrity of the sport. We will then examine the critical role that effective leadership plays in promoting ethics and the challenges posed by violence in sport. Throughout this exploration, I hope to inspire a renewed commitment to ethical practices in sport management. Let's start with fair play, a foundational principle in sport that emphasizes respect, integrity, and equality. Fair play goes beyond adherence to the rules. It's about upholding the spirit of the game and treating opponents with dignity and respect. It embodies the idea that everyone deserves an equal opportunity to succeed, and that success should be achieved through talent, effort, and a level of dedication to the sport, rather than through any unfair advantage or violation of the rules. One of the biggest threats to fair play today is the use of performance-enhancing drugs. These substances can give athletes a significant advantage over their competitors, undermining the very idea of fair play. Not only does it create unfair advantages, but it also puts the health and safety of athletes at risk. The use of PEDs can have serious long-term consequences for athletic performance and health. It can also have a detrimental impact on the concept of fair play. By artificially enhancing performance, athletes who use performance-enhancing drugs gain an unfair advantage over their competitors who choose to compete without the use of PEDs. This can undermine the entire principle of fair play in that it creates that unfair advantage so that other athletes are not on the same playing field. The use of PEDs also impacts the integrity of sport. It can destroy the trust that fans have in a sport and lead to a loss of viewership and credibility within that sport. It is our responsibility as sport managers to uphold the principles of fair play. This can be done through extensive advocacy against the use of PEDs, as well as a clear organizational commitment to a culture of clean competition. Next, I want to discuss the importance of effective leadership when it comes to promoting ethics in sport management. Leaders in sport have a large impact on the culture of their organization, as well as its values and public image. By leading by example of ethical behavior, these leaders and administrators can inspire their organizations to uphold ethical practices on and off the field. Ethical leadership also requires creating and fostering a culture of openness and transparency. Ethical leaders can encourage employees to speak out when they see unethical practices and can provide a way for reporting these unethical behaviors. Lastly, I want to address the issue of violence in sport. While sport is inherently competitive, it should never condone or glorify violence. This advocacy against violence applies to all stakeholders on the court or the field and off the field. The NFL needs to take a much stronger approach when it comes to supporting the victims of violence, even when that violence comes from athletes within their organization or from the administration itself. Ethical practices in the NFL regarding domestic violence should prioritize the safety and well-being of all individuals involved, including victims and their families. This includes implementing strict policies and procedures for addressing allegations of domestic violence, providing support and resources for victims, and upholding perpetrators accountable for their actions. Ethical practices in this context also involve educating players, coaches, and staff about the importance of respect, consent, and healthy relationships. By promoting a culture of respect and accountability, the league can help prevent domestic violence or reduce domestic violence occurrences and create a safer environment for all individuals involved in the sport. In a way, everything circles back to the idea of fair play, fair play, fair play. Ethical leaders play a crucial role in promoting fair play within organizations. They set the tone for the organization, establishing a culture that values integrity, respect, and fairness. When ethical leaders work to ensure the rules and regulations are applied consistently to all individuals, they create a level playing field and can have an impact on athlete and organizational behaviors. In conclusion, my personal ethical philosophy in sport management is rooted in these values of fair play, effective leadership, and addressing violence in sports. By upholding these principles presented here, we can create a more ethical and inclusive sporting environment that benefits athletes, spectators, and the community as a whole. Thank you.